processor. So if you want to invoke with input output devices, okay, exclusively for them, one processor is designed and that is responsible for performing IO related operations. The processor is exclusively designed for performing IO related operations. Okay, that processor we are calling it as an input output processor, which is capable of transferring the IO related operations, even though we have the DMA controller. So it can, the DMA controller cannot perform any computations. Remember this. The DMA controller cannot perform any computations. The processor will perform the computation, but the input output processor also can perform some kind of computations. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That processor we are calling it as an input output processor. Fine.
Yes, sir.
So this processor typically is having the units, memory unit, central processing unit, and IO input output processor. And here PD we are calling it as a peripheral devices. Different devices will be attached to the input output processor. Either it may be keyboard, magnetic tape, magnetic disk, okay, or it may be mouse, or any device will be attached to the input output processor. Are you able to see the block diagram?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so the memory unit it is having, and the central processing unit it is having, and input output processor also can take some decisions and it can take some actions on the peripheral devices. And here we have our IOP. So the typical block diagram of our IOP, input output processor. So memory unit will be connected to the memory bus so that it can take the data from the central processing unit and the input output processor. And input output processor is connected with the different kind of the peripheral devices. And that peripheral devices decision will be taken based on the IOP, input output processor. This is a simple block diagram of the input output processor. Any doubts in this?
No, sir. No, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Like I am explaining fast or it's okay?
It's okay, sir.
Fine. So as I told you, this input output processor is there. So this a question you can expect from this topic is a block diagram of the input output processor. Okay, this is a simple block diagram of the input output processor, and we need to explain this. And this is a 5 marks question. Okay, and some information is there related to the input output processor here. So I already shared this PPT. Okay, and here we have the typical block pin diagram of the input output processor. So as I have 1.5 minutes, so like I am winding up the class. Okay, so in the further class I can cover up the input output processor. Just I give the information about the input output processor block diagram, and this is the last concept in the second unit. So once you go through this presentation, and if time permits, like further classes will be converted like taken based on my time. So I think you got the timetable today, right? So during my slot some other class is there. I think everyone received it, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
During my class time some other class is there. If time permits I will take the uh, next classes, or else this will be the last session. Okay, so if you require, then I will take the next sessions also, if based on your requirement. So I'll try to schedule 2 to 3 classes. If I take 2 to 3 classes, I can finish third unit also. So till now, like I finished the 4 units.
Okay, sir.
Okay, done with
Yes,
the
sir.
fourth unit. So done with the fourth. I mean second unit. Okay.
Ah,
Like
sir.
I
Yes, sir.
shared the feedback about the
Yes, sir.
online classes. I hope everyone feel okay. So if you have any problems in the further, like you can communicate with me either in the group